They reminded me of what happened some years back. One human being, that's how I put him, went into my DM. The next time I saw a message saying, "Oh, I like you, blah 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 blah. Please, can I have your contact? Can I do this, do that?" And I came and I said, "What's your name?" He said his name, and I said, okay, so how do you get to know me? He said he's been following me, he's been doing this, blah blah blah. So I said, okay, so what's this about? He said, I like you and I want us to take it from there. I want us to just go with the flow. And I was like, with the flow? So I had to block him. Yeah, I did. So he started looking for other avenues and all that. I can't say exactly how it worked. Okay, then we used to put it was a mistake. I put my phone number on my Facebook profile. So he went there, got the number, called, and the number kept calling. And I just had that hunch that it could be this guy, but I picked. And this guy said, "Oh, so why did you block me? Why did you block me? Did I say anything wrong? Did I say something that you didn't like? I was just being modest and honest. I wanted us to just go with the flow and see how." I said, "Excuse me, Oga. Please, I don't deal with confused men. I don't deal with people who don't know who cannot share their intentions. I don't deal with people who slide into someone's DM to tell the person to go with the flow. I don't look like one, okay? Please don't call this number again." And that was how it ended. Hi guys, this is Life with Queenette. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, I want to say welcome. Alright, so please do subscribe, to like, tap the bell so you'll be the first to know once I upload a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, I will never take you for granted because you're the real G. Alright. So let's get into our topic for today. Our topic for today is about the 15 kinds of men to avoid. Avoid them with your life. Yes, they are no good and they're not going to help you. Remember, you don't need to become a dumping ground. All right, that's just what I want to put out there. Meanwhile, this message is for those of you that are celebrating Valentine's Day, because I'm not celebrating it. All right, so for those of you celebrating it, this message is for you, and I think you have to think about it before you get down into some shit. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Let's go with the flow. So many persons are going to go with the flow today. So many will contact STDs. Remember, it's not usually curable. Some will contact, some will become pregnant or want a pregnancy with people who are not financially capable, who don't even have any business with that pregnancy. Some people are going to run into a whole lot of things. Some people, their hearts will be shattered, broken, and messed up. All right, so save yourself some stress, okay? And don't just jump into. If you go on Instagram, you see all kinds of nonsense. What to wear for him? What for who? Like I used to ask, who is the person? Okay, so let's go with the flow. He's confused. Has not said anything. He doesn't have any intentions. Has not said anything to you. So please stay clear. The second type of these men is these ones that are emotionally unavailable, and I say it with my full chest. Okay. Sometimes we see these things. This is our red flags. They are just there. They are not hidden. Okay, the person has not changed from who he is. Now, emotions for women are very, very important. It doesn't matter what you give me. I mean, I want to be emotionally stable. I want to be vulnerable with you. I want to be the person that can say how I feel part-time. Okay, I don't want to be that person that will be shut up, will not be listened to, will, you don't want that. is a hard road to tread. Okay, so he's not emotionally available, cannot be there when you need the person. It's not important. You don't have to manage anybody. It's the truth. Don't manage anybody, because you can be managing and buy. Once you buy, life goes on. All right. One is the guys with emotional baggage. I'm sure some of you have met such people. Emotional baggage. What their exes did to them, what their mommies did to them, what this person did to them, what the other person did to them. Emotional baggage. Oh, women are bad, women are no good, women are this. Don't be too sure that you will not be talked about in that manner. Okay, they can't deal with the traumas that they've had and move on and tell themselves, I'm past this, let me just move as though it never happened. No, they will carry it, and somehow it will be affecting how they see the other person, because they don't believe anybody is trustworthy. They don't believe, they're just a wreck. Okay, emotional wise. The next one is the Mr. Unreliable. I think it was my brother that started talking about this topic when I was barely 15. I don't know what's happened in the house, and he was talking about that the worst people to come in contact with are people who are not reliable. And he's not talking about just one gender, he's talking about both sexes. All right, but then somebody says a thing and he does something different. He's unreliable. You cannot trust him. Okay. Okay, so if someone is not reliable, I tell you, relationship is about trust. It's about you vouching for someone. It's about you saying this is what this person will do per time, and that's what will happen. Relationship is not about you not being certain of who this person is. It doesn't make sense at all. The next one, I'm not counting now, so if I stop somewhere, please accept me that way. I don't want my video to be too long today, because some of you will need to watch it sharp and then move on. All right, the next one is Mr. My Way or Highway. Hey, what is that one has not seen? Mr. My Way. Oh, he does not listen to anybody. It is only his way. He has to do it his way. The decisions has to be in his own. You understand? If it is not his way, it is highway. Okay? You don't need such, because in relationships you always need a compromise. There's always a middle ground. Okay? You think about it this way, I think about it, then we'll come to a compromise and say, okay, this is where it is. All right? But if he fails to be that way, then there's no relationship. Yes, that is the truth. Another one is Mr. Inconsistencies. You say something, you say another one tomorrow. You say so, and if you're a very smart person and you're with someone who is not consistent, like when he's telling a story, the story has two phases, it's not the same. You just know. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take you listening too much or trying to find. You don't have to find anything. People, especially when they are in their unguarded moments, just say things. Okay? And those things they say are serious. Like I tell people, when you say I was joking, jokes, jokes. If it comes out in a particular way, I know it's not a joke, because the Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The mouth does not say what it does not mean. No. Even if you don't know, that thought has been there, has been a residual thought, and now you have pushed it out through your mouth. So it's accomplished. So don't tell me it was just a joke or I didn't know what I... Then you have another set of people who are... Back then when I was doing my master's in Port Harcourt, they called them Mr. Common Strong. Mr. Common Strong, okay? They just met you. They're in love with you. They are head over heels. They cannot... If they can test you 20 times, they can... Women also do it, but it's not real, okay? These things, you develop them. You can see someone and like the person, but love is deeper, all right? Love is that level where you are ready to sacrifice anything. you're ready to give your all, you're ready to be your best, you're ready to just do it. All right. But that you met someone today, and my reverse people will say, Mr. Common Strong, they just met you and they're writing you, text messages, and they're not asking you to marry them. Oh boy. Now so they take marry. The person doesn't even know you as a person, does not know who you are, does not understand your background and how you operate, and is already in love. Because very soon that love will disappear. Okay, that love will just fizzle out. So when people start with this, they are common strong 20 times a day, they're on their phone, they're sending messages. Infatuation is also a thing. Infatuation happens, and it happens to many people. If you allow it, you just think the person's mind, everything is in your mind. Like, you can't take the person out of your mind. That's not the real thing. So that's we don't need. Okay, good morning, sir. So you also have the Mr. Flashy. These ones are rich. They are rich to the teeth. Okay, they can buy you anything. They can take you to, what are those spots now? They can take you on holiday to Zanzibar. Okay, they can take you to Ecuador. They can take you to Indian Island. They can take you to, just name all those places, all those exotic spots. But you know what? Their integrity does not match their money. They don't have any integrity. What they have is money. Okay? So, and you don't need to be anybody's rabbit. Now, let me not say dog now. Anybody's rabbit just because he's the Mr. Flashy. And such people, they do more outside than they do in the house. They're empathetic outside, but in the home, they are not. Okay? So, the next one is Mr. Passive. Hey, Jehovah. Have you seen a deadlock before? Back then in school, there was a guy in school. One of the days he approached me, was like, Queenie, why is that you move with deadlocks? And I was like, which one is deadlocks again? He was like, you like moving with deadlocks. Can't you move with people who can also help you than carry people's burden on top of your shoulder? And you know who the people he was calling deadlocks? My friends. Because he felt these people were not bright. Okay. So the reason I had so many people hanging around me was because during exam, you become the engine house. So he just approached me and was like, you don't need this type of people. They don't come to class. They go partying. Then at the time when you're going to write the exam, all of them will come and cluster themselves, even get seats for you before you get to the hall. So please, look for better people. Imagine when you're having a relationship with a deadlock. That's what I mean. Mr. Passive. He doesn't take any decision. He doesn't bring up any idea. He doesn't have any kind of ingenuity. Like, he cannot come up with something tangible. Okay, let's go into this thing. Let's do this thing this way. Let's do it that way. He can't think out something. Have you seen people in marriage with such people? You be the one dragging the person. You be the one saying, okay, let us do this thing. My dear, you don't need it. Okay? It's a crazy place to be. All right? So, while you're thinking of celebrating, just be asking yourself, these things, are they there? They're there. It is time to... So, we also have the Mr. Bitter. Bitter like bitter cola. Okay, so these ones, they don't answer questions. They answer with anger. Like, ask a question, they burst. They cannot give you that answer without behaving as though you're in a fight. And you could just ask a simple question and they will show you the other side of it. So, such people, so his response most times will always let you know who he is. The way people respond, even if they don't respond to you, the way they respond to others. My late grandfather, bless his soul, will always say that you don't need somebody to beat you before you know that the person can beat you. Because if the person had beaten someone, the person can beat you as well. Yes. And that I started hearing when I was in, I think, primary school or so. He will always say that. Maybe some people will bring case to him to the house or something, or somebody did something, or one of his tenants did something. He will just say, you don't have to wait till the person beats you, because if you had seen this person with your eyes beat another person, that person will beat you. If he has not beaten you, he will beat you one day. Okay, so it's not worth it. There's so many of them who have Mr. Low self-esteem. People don't know that some people are suffering from low self-esteem, and they want to like release those negativities on other people, or they are complex because they are suffering from complex. So they want to send their negativity to you by looking for a way to subject you. Okay, so it's all about, such people are controlling. That is, in fact, for me, that is just one of the stuff. Most of them are very, very controlling. Not only controlling, they're also very manipulative. That's the truth. Okay? That's why you see people will not read the Bible very well. They'll take the scripture that suits them and they run off. They won't even read from the very beginning. Okay, women, submit to your own husbands, right? But before that particular chapter, the Bible talks about men loving their wives. Just as Christ loved the church. They're not going to go there. They will start talking about submission. Knowing that if you love a woman, you don't need to preach submission, because she's going to submit to you. So such people, okay. You also have Mr. Unsure. He's not sure. I'm still looking. I don't know if she's the one. I'm not so sure whether she will run away tomorrow, whether she will abandon me. I don't think she's the one. I like them light skinned. Okay, I can take middle. I like them chubby. Okay, I can take skinny. I like them. Mr. Unsure. You stay with him 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. You wash his clothes, you cook for him, you do everything. He's still very, very unsure. My dear, there's no time. There's no need wasting your time. Just look the other way. This video is almost 19 point something minutes, so please, I'm going to stop. I know I've not said all of them, okay? But I want to say that it is important. I don't want to quote the Bible for you today. Today is 14th, right? I don't want to tell you don't believe in it. But it is important that you don't shortchange yourself. It's important that you live a life that tomorrow you'll be happy about. See, regret is a thing. It happens. Okay? And you don't want to get to that place where you are not happy, you're not satisfied, okay? You are not comfortable with the decision you've made. You don't want to get to that place where, you have questions in your mind that there are no answers to, or there are answers, but you cannot give them proper interpretation. All right? So please, do your due diligence. Tell yourself the truth. And let me tell you, you'll be glad you did. Because that road is a long road. Okay? And suffering is not part of it. So I want to stop here, and I want to say thank you so very much. If you started with me from the very beginning till now, I want to say God bless you real good. Please do support me. Make sure that you share my video out there. So many persons will need it. Okay? Because most people are also ignorant. Some things you just do out of ignorance without thinking. All right? So please help push the video, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, this is still me, Life with Queenette. Bye for now.